The Scourge of the Underworld is the name of a series of fictional characters appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. Writer-editor Mark Gruenwald originally created the Scourge in 1985 as a plot device intended to thin the criminal population of the Marvel Universe, in particular eliminating those supervillain characters he deemed to be too minor, redundant, or ill-conceived. Numerous other characters have used the name, often with differing motives and loyalties. Organization. The Scourge is originally depicted as an individual vigilante dedicated to the assassination of criminals. This person, whose true name has never been revealed, is seen over the course of several months murdering known supervillains. The Scourge approaches a supervillainator's disguise, shoots him or her with an explosive tipped bullet, shouts his catchphrase, "Justice is served," quote, and disappears. This first Scourge's killing spree reaches its apex in Captain America number 319, where he guns down 18 such criminals at an Underworld meeting which is, ironically, held to devise a way of countering the menace of the Scourge. The Scourge disguises himself as the bartender, whom nobody thinks to search. When Captain America captures the Scourge in the following issue, the character claimed to be the brother of the enforcer, whom Scourge has killed because his siblings' criminal activities has shamed their father. He claims that this crime led to him creating the Scourge persona with help from a private investigator only identified as Domino, who provides him detailed information on the supervillain community. Immediately after making this confession, the Scourge is himself shot and killed by an unseen assailant, who is heard to cry, "Justice is served," in the fashion of the Scourge's other killings. In Captain America number 326, Captain America is confronted by a hologram of the Scourge, operated by Dr. Faustus, to try and kill Captain America via having him confront ghosts of several villains who had recently died in battle against him. Later on, in Captain America number 347, Albert Malik, the communist villain who assumed the identity of the Red Skull during the 1950s, is killed by a mercenary that breaks him out of prison only to kill him. After killing Malik, the mercenary shouts the Scourge's catchphrase. In issue number 350, Scourge is shown to be part of an assembly of villains working for Red Skull, many of which Captain America had fought following Red Skull's death. In Captain America number 300, Red Skull gloated that he had created the Scourge organization as part of a massive network of criminal organizations that carried out Skull's will. The Scourge presented in the issue is promptly killed by John Walker, who had recently assumed the identity of Captain America. In Captain America number 351, the Commission on Superhero Affairs had an agent impersonate the Scourge of the Underworld to kill John Walker, whose identity as Captain America had been made public and whose parents had been killed as a result of retaliation against him by the Watchdog organization. This story featured the first in-story appearance of the Scourge's official costume. See appearances below. A new Scourge appeared in Captain America number 358 to 362, in a story where a new version of the Scourge attempts to kill the criminal superscientist, the Power Broker. This version appears to be operating independently of the Red Skull, claiming to want the Power Broker dead due to the fact that his treatment to give people superpowers had left his brother horribly deformed instead. John Walker, now calling himself Usagent, and former Captain America ally Vagabond, stopped the Scourge though much in the same way as the Scourge Captain America fought. The killer was shot by a hidden gunman who screamed, "Justice is served." Rather than get this Scourge to a doctor, Walker allows him to die from his wound in order to instead try to find the gunman. Another version of the Scourge, working for Red Skull, shows up in Captain America number 394, After a failed attempt by the German government to arrest and try Red Skull for crimes against humanity ended in Red Skull escaping. Skull went into hiding and had a Scourge of the Underworld under his employment murder 3 clones of himself and his 2 associates, Crossbones and Mother Night, to fake their deaths. During a later meeting of his various terrorist groups, a man identified as the Scourge is executed via the red dust of death after lying about several failed attempts on lives of supervillains Red Skull had marked for death. The exchange between the Skull and the Scourge implies that Red Skull stole the identity of the Scourge for his own agenda when he accuses his henchmen of ruining the good name of the Scourge of the Underworld with his failures. Mother Night later uses her illusion-casting power to create an illusion of the Scourge, to allow additional henchmen of the Red Skull to avoid capture by Captain America. In 1993, Mark Gruenwald, who had created the Scourge of the Underworld and written nearly all of the main appearances of the character in Captain America, wrote a 4-part Usagent miniseries. In order to resolve the looming mysteries involving the character and his various forms and masters, the miniseries revealed that the Scourge of the Underworld was created by Thomas Holloway, the former Golden Age superhero known as Angel, who ran the organization with help from Domino and 2 henchmen known as Caprice and Bloodstain. Holloway had initially gone into retirement after a battle with a villain resulted in the death of a civilian. When the Second Age of Heroes came about decades later, Holloway vowed to eliminate the newer generation of supervillains through any means necessary to protect the people, and therefore established the Scourge organization. The miniseries also confirmed the existence of female Scourge of the Underworld agents, as one of the villain's previous kills, Titania, by a Scourge impersonating fellow villain Gold Digger in a women's locker room, had left unanswered questions to whether or not the murder of Titania was done by a female Scourge, since the villain would not be able to pass as a woman in such an intimate setting as a women's locker room. The series has Vagabond trying to join the group and is sent on her first mission. Unfortunately, she finds her first victim to be a single father, who begs Vagabond to spare him for his son's sake, marked for death for failing to do her assignment. Vagabond recruits Usagent to help bring down the organization. During the ensuing fight, the Scourge sent to kill Vagabond and Usagent is captured but killed as Usagent is taken before Bloodstain, who attempts to brainwash Usagent into joining the Scourges. Bloodstain reveals himself to be Usagent's deceased brother Mike Walker, though it's never revealed if this is true or just a disguise designed to manipulate Usagent. Walker is informed of the Holloway's role in running the organization, and in the ensuing final battle, Domino and Bloodstain are killed while a large angel-shaped gravestone falls on the invalid Holloway, though the Usagent mini-series implies the statue killed him. Captain America number 440 reveals that Holloway survived and managed to avoid arrest due to his army of lawyers and had gone back into seclusion. Later entries for the Scourge and various official Marvel Handbook specials would clarify the Red Skull connection, which the Usagent mini-series never outright addressed. These entries ultimately state that the Red Skull learned of the existence of the Scourge of the Underworld organization and managed to convince several of Holloway's agents to switch sides and work for him. Appearance. The Scourge mainly appeared in disguise, though for the final battle with Captain America in Captain America number 320, he dressed in an all-black commando costume, which his hologram self later is seen wearing in Captain America number 326. For his entry in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe Deluxe Edition, a new costume was designed for the character: white skull mask, opera hat, and a white buttoned-up trench coat and white gloves. This costume was used sporadically in later stories. The deadly foes of Spider-Man. The Scourge plays a major role in several storylines involving the Shocker in the early 1990s. The miniseries The Deadly Foes of Spider-Man Shocker showed that the Spider-Man villain had become obsessively paranoid and convinced the Scourge was out to get him. During the climax of the storyline, the Kingpin employs an unseen Scourge imposter to fake an attempt on the Shocker's life, which prevents him from killing Spider-Man and causes him to flee the scene, all in order to avoid attention being drawn near a location that the Kingpin wants to rob. In Amazing Spider-Man number 364, Shocker attempts to rob several research centers in order to gain technology to enhance his suit's weapons, so as to increase his chances in battle against the Scourge. Later Scourges. In the pages of Thunderbolts, a new Scourge appears. This one assassinates the Thunderbolts members Jolt, Baron Zemo and Techno, as well as a pair of civilians, Gale Rogers and Roberta Haggerty, who investigate Jolt's death. This Scourge is actually Jack Monroe, alias Bucky and Nomad, who is being mentally controlled by the superhuman-hating government agent Henry Peter Gyrich. Gyrich himself was being manipulated by Baron Strucker. Monroe is defeated and freed from Gyrich's control by the Thunderbolts and their allies, the Redeemers. He then, apparently, abandons the Scourge equipment and identity after the battle. As Scourge, Monroe had access to a wide array of technology based on equipment confiscated from supervillains. Some are installed in the costume, while several others are miniaturized using PIM particles and stored in one of the costumes. Gauntlets. All are accessible by a voice-coded system. Specific items used include versions of the Green Goblin's glider, the Unicorn's helmet installed energy projector, and Stiltman's telescoping legs, as well as various unspecified weaponry, including a metal quarterstaff. He could also access his gauntlet's PIM particles to alter the size of himself or others, though excessive use of this ability on the Thunderbolt Atlas forced him to abandon much of his weapon stores when his supply of PIM particles was spent. 5 characters bearing the names of the Scourge's previous victims. Hellraiser, Caprice, Mindwave, minus the hyphen, Mirage and Blue Streak appear in the Caged Angels storyline in Thunderbolts number 116 to 121. All 5 villains are telepaths, who allow themselves to be captured so they can be taken into custody at the Thunderbolts headquarters. Once there, they use their combined powers to drive several members of the Thunderbolts into homicidal rages, in order to force the team to destroy each other. They are only stopped in doing so by Bullseye, who had been recovering from injuries and not factored into their plan, and murders them in their cells before they could use their powers on him. During the Dark Reign storyline, Norman Osborn asks the Hood to hunt the Punisher in retaliation for his failed attempt on Osborn's life. The original Scourge is among the various people in Erebus when Hercules travels to the Underworld. He is later seen in Pluto's jury, alongside Abomination, Armless Tiger Man, Artum, Baron Heinrich Zemo, Commander Kraken, Ironmonger, Jack-O-Lantern, Kynos, Nessus, Orca, and Varanki. At Zoo's trial, in Thunderbolts number 133, Norman Osborn christens another person Scourge and assigns him to the Thunderbolts. His first mission is to eliminate Songbird. Another Scourge joins up with Villains for Hire, the villain counterpart of Heroes for Hire. Another new Scourge is shown to be using a list of the locations of supervillains who have been relocated via the Witness Protection Program and killing them. Most recently Viper, member of the Serpent Squad. In the battle, he severely injures the hero and former villain, Diamondback, who recognizes his voice. Villains killed by the Scourge. The Scourge is disguised as an old Native American. Hammer was the one that was shot and Anvil dies due to a psychic link between them. Although thought killed in the bar with no name, A.I.M. turns him into a cyborg named Strikeback. Following a fight with Stegron, Strikeback dies again. Villains who escaped the Scourge. He is delayed by a flat tire and does not arrive in time at the bar with no name meeting. Water Wizard then turns himself into Captain America for his own protection while also telling him what happened. When Flash Thompson is framed as the Hobgoblin and arrested, the Scourge attempts to assassinate him in jail, but Spider-Man stops him. The real Hobgoblin remains on the Scourge's list when the Scourge is himself assassinated. He is attacked in Marvel Age Annual number 1 by the Scourge disguised as a workman, but he turns up alive in the Civil War storyline. He is attacked in Deadly Foes of Spider-Man number 3, but it fails when the bullet bounces off the vibration field around his body. His attacker is later revealed to be an agent of the Kingpin sent to scare him away from the scene. Although initially thought to have died at the hands of a Scourge,